York City personal injury trial attorney, and today I'm talking about a day in the life of a New York lawyer. How exciting. So I just got back from meeting with a client, and it was a new case that we signed up, and I think it's going to be an incredible case. And then yesterday I was supposed to do a deposition, which busted at the last minute because one of the defense lawyers' computer broke. And then I spent the rest of the day yesterday writing up some demands that I want to send to the defendants to get information that's vital for winning my clients' cases. But how do you manage all that, right? You have so many different pathways or so many trailheads that verge in different directions and so many areas that a lawyer has to be up on, right? There's the law itself. And even just talking about the law, there's trial law, presenting in front of a jury, right? Like an opening statement. Then there's case preparation, which is a huge area. Then there's also motion writing and research and precedents and appeals. And then there's client communication. That's part of being a lawyer. You have to keep a client informed about the status of their case. And then, so there's a lot of different things. So one of the ways I tend to manage it, and I'm actually in a class, it's called Building a Second Brain, BASB. And so far, I really like it. It's only been like about a week or two, but so far, I really like it. And so the way they do it is they break it up into different areas, and it's called PARA. So the first area, the P, stands for projects. And those are things that you're actively working on, actual projects that you're on. Like, so for example, yesterday's deposition would be a project. I had to prepare the client, I had to review a lot of medical records. It was actually a traumatic brain injury case, so it was very complicated. And then the second area are areas, right? Para, P is for projects, A is for areas. And areas are your roles and responsibilities. So those are like hats you wear, right? Your roles. Like for example, for me, my role is a manager of a law firm. I have to pay my associate attorneys. I have to pay paralegals. We have a team of 20 people here. My other role is in marketing. I have to do things like this, YouTube videos, right? Get on Instagram, Facebook, search engine optimization, pay-per-click, the Google ads, all that stuff so you can get new business and stay, have exposure and do marketing. And then, so then the R in Para is resources, and resources are things that you're interested in. So that could be anything, right? And you could apply this to your personal life as well. Maybe you like surfing, so it'd be all about surfboards and waves and, tides. So you could see when is a good day to get out on the water. But for law, it really is about things that you're interested in. So it could be like trial transcripts from other lawyers, webinars. It could be, sometimes I watch webinars from like Trial Lawyers University, which is a program out west. I think they're based out of Vegas, and they have different lawyers come on and give like 3-hour talks about verdicts. In fact, I did a video a few weeks ago about a $10 million verdict on a soft tissue case. So that's the kind of thing that would go into resources, right? And then I usually, you could watch those, and those are very, very interesting, and they actually are very helpful and educational for a trial lawyer. And then the final part of Para is the A, the last A, which is archives. And those are things that you either finished or are inactive, or they could be things that are just interesting, but you don't need them right now. Like for example, today I had an email on a listserv about somebody was asking a question, do you know an excellent private investigator in New York? And someone else said, yes, this guy's the best, Mr. Rivera, I forget his name. And they gave his, his email, his website, his phone number. But I don't need a private investigator now, but I may need one in a week, right? So I archived that, and you have it searchable so you could find it, and then you keep building your library. So those are like the ways I tend to do it. There are many ways to do it. There's like project management softwares. There are to-do lists, obviously, in the iPhone. There's so many ways, but it gets a little bit overwhelming. But fundamentally, I think at the heart of it is like your core truth, right? And you kind of feel it almost like instinctually. And that is, what is important now? I mean, obviously, if you have a deadline, like if I had that deposition yesterday, if that other lawyer's computer didn't break, I would have to do the deposition. That was important now. If a judge says you have a trial, May 18th, you're gonna be on trial that day. So that's obvious. But then when things, other things, you just have to kind of feel it yourself. You know, sometimes you get a client that you just kind of click with, and you know, hey, that could be a big case. If I work up that case and I do the right deposition, I get the right documents, I put that case on the calendar, that could be a $10 million case. So you work on that case as opposed to working on another matter, which is also important, which you also have to do, but you might ask your associate attorney to work on it, right? Because it's just not, either it's not in your wheelhouse, you're not the best person for it, or it just is a lower level case that, you know, you just can't be everywhere all at once, right? You have to manage, and you have to delegate to others. So there are entire, you know, books and systems written all about this. There's so many different ways to manage. But I thought it's just interesting because a day in the life of a lawyer. So you go to court, you go see clients, you do marketing, you do legal work. And as a lawyer myself, I like to do all of that, right? Because there's certain things that I just, you know, there are certain things I don't like to do and certain things I don't do. But I think many lawyers only do one thing. Like, for example, they'll only do like depositions, right? Or they'll only do like trials, one after another. But I kind of enjoy doing a little bit of everything, like a little bit of marketing, a little bit of interacting with clients, a little bit of going to court, or even the research. Sometimes when you sit down and it's like a rainy day and you're just like doing research, you uncover such gems, not only for that case, but also for the next case and the next case, because once you have that research, once you understand what the law is, you know, you could apply it to your future cases. And also it's so beneficial for you as a trial lawyer because that issue could come up on trial. And if you don't know it, then you're going to lose. But if you know it, you're going to win. So I think you have to be curious. You have to always keep learning and just be grateful for the opportunity and very inquisitive. So that's very, very important. So I hope this has been helpful. It's a little bit of a sneak peek into the life of a trial lawyer. It can become a whirlwind, so you have to keep it organized and you have to keep it sane. Okay, let us know what questions you have, and we are here for you. Have a great day.